Hi Flosstube, my name is Alyssa Jones, also known as ajstitch on Instagram, and welcome to my channel about cross stitch. It's been about 2 weeks since my last video, which was my full-on whip parade, and since then I've been pretty busy stitching. So I have some finishes to share today, and some whips, and a new whip kind of, and just lots to show, and I have a little giveaway at the end. So I hope everybody's doing well. I know for me, it's the beginning of the holiday season. It's been a little hectic, but I've been savoring my downtime and just stitching as much as I can because that seems to be what's kind of holding me together right now. Let's see, I have a list here so I don't forget things. And the first thing I want to show are my finishes. These were so close to done in my whip parade, and I've got them done now. So these were Winter Smalls by Lizzie Kate. And I had stitched this one and the stitching was done, but I did go ahead and add the little tiny button on the snowman. I was pretty happy with how that turned out. Just a tiny little guy. So I figured I'd probably make him into a little ornament of some type. And the same with this one, also a Winter Small by Lizzie Kate. And as this one, I had only started the tree, but I got him all stitched up really fast. It didn't take long at all. And I used the little button on the hat too. So those were quick, and they were on a sparkly fabric that I can't remember the name of, but I might have known the name during my whip parade. I just don't know it now. Another finish I had was Basketful of Winter by Brenda Gervais with my needle and thread, and I was thrilled with how this little guy stitched up. He's on a 40 count linen that I probably said the name of in the last video because everything was together in its project bag, and since then I've just ripped everything apart. But it was supposed to have a bottom border of flowers on it, and I skipped that part, and I'm so happy I did because now he's completed and it's just as cute. My favorite part of the design was that little pink house, and I feel like without the flower border it really becomes a focal point. So that's one that I think would make a cute little pillow, because it's not a very big size. It's like the size of my hand. And then I kept going, and I had one more quick Christmas finish. My goal I had set for myself that nobody else knew about was to finish 4 of my Christmas whips, works in progress, before Christmas. And I did, because I whipped this guy right out too. So last video I showed my finished Deck the Halls, and this time I finished Mary and Minty. This was a free pattern by Brenda Gervais with my needle and thread. Cutest little Santa. I didn't love doing the cranberries and popcorn colonial knots, and I don't even really know if mine are colonial knots or if they're French knots, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So that's one that I think should just be put on a little display. None of these have been ironed or prepped in any way to finish. On my to-do list is to look to see if I even have sticky board to play with for that, and to dust off my sewing machine because that has not been touched in some time. But there's 3 more project finishes, and that led me to focusing on other whips, and I'm still working on a little bit of Christmas. I've been taking this one to work on during my lunch breaks, and this is called Let's Talk Winter. It's by Hands On Design. Sorry about the light. And I'm stitching the big one. There is a cute little round small that I really like, and they make that cute little quilty pillow. But right now I'm just working on the big one. And last time I had shown it, I had gotten through, like, started the snowman, like the top of him, and had Snow Day and like Blizz with 1Z. So since then, this has probably got thread all over it. Not bad. Not bad. I'll show it up. I've gotten all of Snowman done, extended Blizzard a little bit more, and started the pine trees, which I'm loving. Oh, behind me is my Christmas tree. His name is Tannen this year. I probably started with a photograph of him. He's about a 13-foot tall concolor tree that we got at a U-Pick Christmas tree farm, and he's quite beautiful. And you can see him through this stitch piece very well. But that one's going along well. I don't necessarily expect a finish, But it's not strictly a Christmas pattern either. It's more of a winter. So maybe I'll keep going with that one throughout winter and maybe just try to keep working on a section. So like right now, my goal for this week is to finish the pine trees section, but some of this is going to go fast. Warm fires should be quick. The cozy quilts should be quick. Maybe the snow globe would be another week. So maybe I could have this one done by my next video if I focused on it. I've been stitching all of the things because this is only one of the remaining 8 whips that I worked on. You wouldn't think I'd make progress, but I did make some. I finished, no, previously I had finished my first Snail House by OwlForest Embroidery, and so I worked a little bit more last Saturday. I was on a Zoom call with a bunch of stitching friends, and I was working on my Lily of the Valley Snail House, and the call was a little lengthy, so I got quite a bit further on him. I got the first floor all done and extended my snail and my borders. So those are really cute and little and very enjoyable to stitch. So he's getting there. Peanut is right there saying hello and wondering what she can lay on. She's pretty vocal when I get home from work, so you might hear her a little bit in the background. It's like she waits all day for me to get home so she can boss me around a whole lot more, and then she's like yells at me a lot. She doesn't need anything, but she yells at me. I did pull out my Fruits of Plenty project by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I'm way behind. I feel like there's like a lot of finishes of this that are happening and a lot of people who are just starting. So I guess like if you look at it that way, I'm kind of like right in the middle of all of that, so maybe I'm right where I should be. I did finish finally the April section, and I got the May section started. And for the first time in a while, I'm just loving stitching this. It's going along very smoothly. I'm not making a million mistakes, which helps significantly. You can see the little May section. I got those little birds done. And so right now I've been trying to do a thread on this a day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but on 40 count with a single thread, it does quite a few stitches. So I'm hoping to make even more progress on that and get May a little bit further along. I don't really have a goal right now, except I'd like to finish this within the next year. However, there's a lot of different stitch alongs I want to do, like the new Modern Folk Embroidery one. So I'm not sure how far I'll get. I just found thread from a different project. Put that away or I'll be sad when I can't stitch with it. Okay. So then I also worked on, oh, and this is like minimal progress. It's almost not worth showing, but I'll show you anyway. Some of you might want to see it. It is this project bag. There's an East Notables one. This one I love. I love that it's buffalo plaid. Unfortunately, my cat fur loves it too. And it just collects it so much. It's just everywhere on it. So usually, like if I'm going to work on this one, sometimes I have to lint roll the project bag before I start working on it. That happens to other people, right? Okay, so this is Celebrate Christmas by Madame Chantilly. This is a beast, as all of the tier trays are. And I started at the very, very tippy top. And let's see where I'm at. Oh, this is so messed up too, and I've decided to just go with it. Apparently, I had made a mistake like before my whip parade, like last year when I was stitching out on this leaf. And so everything based off that leaf is wrong. I'm just going to make it work. I'm trying to not overly stress about it, but I discovered it when I was adding these flowers and leaf last time I stitched on it in the past 2 weeks. And as much as I'm like, I'm going to make it work, it's stressful stitching for me because I'm constantly counting now and trying to figure out what I'm going to change. I can't wait to get this top tier done so that like everything can start fresh again. Nobody's going to know when it's hanging on my wall, because they're not going to be comparing it to the pattern, but it's just stressful to make sure you get it right so that it will work. It's not my favorite feeling when stitching. So I stitched on it for one night, discovered that, and didn't stitch on it again. I do have thread stuck in that zipper right now, so you won't have to hear that one. Oh, I forgot a whip. Hold on, let me go get it. Okay, I'm back. I had been working on my Barbara Anna Tree of Magic, which it doesn't come with a big picture of it. I can show you the little tag that comes on the project tube. And that looks like this. And I had shared during my whip parade that I thought I would try to do a section a month. And then it was almost immediately December. So I pulled it out and I did the next section. Isn't that lovely? I love the fun colors. I have the Christmas tree one too. And that one looks just as fun to stitch, but I'm only trying to do one section of this a month, and I don't think I should take on another tree, knowing what's coming in January. I love those little mushrooms and the cute little bees, and then like if I had thread still in the needle, I continued into the next section, and that will help my next month be a little easier. But loving stitching it, and it's now put away until January, where I would like to do another section of it. But it'll probably be a slightly bigger one because it's going to be cold and snowy. I don't know if you can see out my window right now. There's a little bit of snow here right now, but not much. We haven't had anything close to providing for a snow day at all. Okay. Oh, I worked on a pattern that my friend Tracy gave me last year for Christmas. And that is Quaker Snowflakes by Hello from Liz Mathews. And I didn't do a whole lot, I just worked on it one evening. But that evening I did finish a motif. So there's my snowflakes falling. It's a pretty good sized piece of linen. But I completely finished this section, which was quite a bit of stitching. But it just stitches so nicely. All ready to work on again. So between all of that, that was keeping me pretty busy. So I kind of ended up with a new start. I was watching the Fat Quarter Shop Stitchy Talk that aired this past Tuesday. So I probably didn't tell you, but today's December 9th, 2021. So this filmed on December 7th. I was catching up on some Flosstube yesterday, and they showed this cute little ornament and how they were making it. And I typically don't love how cross-stitch ornaments look. And I'm fussy about how they're going to be finished. And I don't want it to just like look like a flat piece of cardboard. But then they did a hoop finish that just won me over. If you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend it. They look super simple to make, not that I've tried it yet. And so I bought the downloadable pattern that they used for the ornaments, which was 12 Days of Stitchy Ornaments by Erica Maid. And even right there, like, those wouldn't have won me over. But the way the Fat Quarter Shop finished them did win me. And so I went upstairs, I checked my floss, I had most of the called for colors, and the two that I didn't, I just pulled something from Stash. And I've decided to stitch these as gifts. I have a Secret Santa gift that I have to do next week. And I went on and stalked my Secret Santa person on her Facebook and realized she bought a house this year. And I changed the pattern so that it was the colors of her house. I thought that turned out really sweet. We stitch up pretty fast. And then for my teaching partner, who's just one of the loveliest people I've ever met, I made her the cup of tea because she does love tea. We also drink coffee together at recess. So we've got the first two of those done. Like, they're stitched. They're ready to make into ornaments. And then I started, you can barely tell, like I got 12 stitches in maybe, the little scarf that's going to be on the snowman in the snow globe. But I've planned it out so that I'm going to try to make at least stitch one up, one a day, and maybe two on weekends if I have enough time. But I want to do the sled, the snowman I've started. I want to do that cute candy cane. I love the tree in the jar, the Christmas tree. I like that little funky garland, and I love the quilty star too. maybe I'll just try to stitch them all. I ordered enough little 3-inch hoops. They come on Tuesday. But I still need to hit Joann's because I want the pom-pom trim that Fat Quarter Shop put around the edge. I'm really hoping my Joann's has something close because that kind of made it for me. So those I got started, got a couple finished, and I have to stitch another one tonight. Okay, so that is that. I don't have any big stitching plans besides those ornaments for the next couple weeks because it's going to be Christmas. I did grab a planner. I had talked about this in my Whip Parade, needing a planner for next year. This was $10 at AC Moore. It's a very simple, very done. It just has a calendar and then it has the weekly layout. So it has something like this. And then I turn the page, you'll get to see what a week looks like. And then it has lots of room for notes and everything. But I'll probably just make a note of what I worked on those days because that's typically what I do. And I'll use the calendar for setting some goals for what to work on. Kind of like that idea. I've been seeing a lot of people posting their Whip Go boards for next year. Whip Go is a stitch along hosted by Jessie Marie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff. She has a wonderful channel and I've watched her forever. So this Whip Go is just a kind of a fun way to get yourself to finish projects. And I wasn't finding like a way to inspire myself. I kind of failed on my Whip Go this year. And then someone posted, I commented on it on Instagram. Maybe she put it on the Whip Go Facebook group too, which is open to anyone, that she was going to reward herself by saving up to buy a Lowry stand. And I thought that maybe it would be fun to reward myself by actually paying myself some money for finishing these projects that could go into a stitchy fund for like, maybe like just going nuts on an order one time. So I've decided that I'm going to set up my Whip Go board so that if I finish a project, I get $10. If I meet my goal, I get $10 in my budget and then build it up that way. And so like, if I finish all the projects, I'll make more money and I'll like get to have a super fun stitching shopping trip. We'll see. It's just an idea though, because I'm kind of inspired by money to spend on fun things like stitching. So I think those are my big things I wanted to share with you. I do have a giveaway. I did get the Nice List Advent Countdown. A lot of people are doing wonderful Flossmasses about it. And I kind of want to share my wealth a little bit and also at the same time be honest that it'll be a million years before I use this little kit and I'd rather share it. So on the first day of the Nice List, they gave us a pattern for this little stitching necklace, or I think it would also make a cute scissor fob, and it's called Season of Love by Black Needle Society. And also in it is the ribbon, the snowflake charm, and the little hoop, which I thought was really cute. You could use any floss you wanted. You could use what they called for. They recommend just using a scrap of fabric from your stash. So if you would love to stitch this little guy up, or if you have someone you think that you want to give it to as a gift, I will ship this very quickly out for you. I'm hoping to film again. Well, it won't be before Christmas, so don't count on it as a Christmas gift, but maybe for next year. I will ship this out as soon as I can, so I'm hoping to film right before Christmas, so I get one more filming in. So maybe on the 23rd or the 24th, and I'll draw a winner then. So if you want this, could you use the word love in your comment, and I'll know you're interested, and that'll work. I'll do a random comment generator after that. All regular rules apply, including please be 18 before you send, so that you can legally send me your address, and don't say giveaway and all that. But fun little package to get in the mail. So I think that's it. I kind of went through it quicker than I expected. I kind of have a busy week or two planned here with all that stitching of ornaments, and I still want to work on other things too. I hope everyone's doing well, and can't wait to see what you guys are stitching too. Continue to inspire me. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye!